What's going on, guys? It's Fantasy Stock Exchange here, bringing another episode of our Drafters Best Ball series. Again, sorry for the kind of cutoff that we are at here. The first bit of the first bit of video and audio was glitching out, so we're kind of starting at the third round here. I know it's not the greatest for you guys, but I can kind of briefly recap my strategy towards taking the Eckler and Mixon after I make these two selections here. So I actually went with Juju Smith-Schuster for the third round selection. Again, very high volume receiver, locking him up after locking up those two running backs. I really believe me and Corey actually did an episode for the AFC North preview. If you guys haven't checked that, make sure you go check that out. About Juju Smith-Schuster being his league winner and my bounce back. Again, tremendous upside. Getting him here at the end of the third round is a very good play in my opinion. So looking here, who's available. These running backs kind of all similar for me. Yeah, I can definitely wait for my next pick. So I'm just going to lock down another receiver. And you guys know how much we like Adam Thielen on the channel. Ultimately, great pick there. But I'm just going to recap some of the stuff that happened. Obviously, again, as I mentioned, the visual and audio was affected. But to start off the draft, again, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Michael Thomas, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, big riser after the Damian Williams opt-out news. Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake all went off the board in the 11 picks prior to my 12-13 turn. And at the 12-13 turn, I ended up choosing to lock up Austin Eckler and Joe Mixon. Again, I really like their upside, especially in the PPR format of best ball drafts. Again, we saw last year with Austin Eckler, I mean, RB10 with Melvin Gordon, RB2 without him. I really do think he will get an increase in volume this year. If you guys haven't seen already, you know I'm a huge Austin Eckler believer. And then with locking up Joe Mixon again, I do have Sanders slightly ranked ahead of him, but I get Sanders in a lot of drafts. I'm perfectly fine with Mixon when we're evaluating Mixon's situation. We saw last year, the last 8 weeks of the season, he was the RB7. And that was with Ryan Finley ultimately being the starting quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. I do like Mixon this year, especially with the addition of Joe Burrow. Again, the problem that will always be with Mixon is that people, including myself, all believe that he is a talented receiving type back, but ultimately here he just hasn't gotten the receiving work. Now, when is that going to happen? If it's ever going to happen, it's going to happen this year with Joe Burrow in the fold. We saw what he was able to do with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We saw that Zach Taylor is coming from the Rams system. What they did with Todd Gurley, again, we didn't really see it much last year, but last year, I mean, 2-14 team, they were always going to kind of struggle. So maybe we didn't see the full exposure, the full arsenal that Zach Taylor really wants to work with. But like that upside pick with Joe Mixon, as you see, the rest of the second round includes Devontae Adams, Julio Jones, Nick Chubb, Miles Sanders, Travis Kelce, DeAndre Hopkins, Aaron Jones, George Kittle, Chris Godwin, Mark Andrews, and Patrick Mahomes to round it up. And then before our Juju Smith-Schuster pick, we saw Kenny Galladay, Mike Evans, Zach Ertz, DJ Moore, Lamar Jackson, Chris Carson, Amari Cooper, Allen Robinson, Leonard Fournette, Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon, all go off the board before I wrapped up with Juju and Adam Thielen. So again, I'm going to be cutting out the bits between the picks after this little wraparound, just because the reason why I didn't do it already is I just want to explain to you again what kind of happened. Sorry again if that's an issue for you guys in terms of the visual effect, the audio effect in seeing it live. But I mean, we just got to kind of work with what we have here. But yes, so this is actually going to be coming out on Monday. Usually comes out on Tuesday, but it's going to be coming out on Monday this week due to a schedule conflict. But that's fine. You guys get it a day early. I mean, you guys definitely enjoy the series. We've seen the numbers. You guys really enjoy it. But yeah, with the Drafters platform, again, I'm going to harp on it every video basically. Good app. Definitely good for season-long best ball leagues. Building your rosters, you can get your money back on this. Again, I just entered these $1.10 drafts for the videos. Nice and cheap. You guys get your money back if you end up finishing in the top 3. Worth it for sure. But yeah, if you guys haven't used Drafters before, click that code FSC. You get 50% match back on your first deposit. You deposit $10, you get $15 back. So on, so forth. And it's really beneficial. Again, when we record these drafts, I always send the link to it in the Discord. So if you guys haven't already, go join that Discord, because that's where I'll be sending the links. And if you ever want to get in any of these drafts, you'll have a little bit on your account. Get in these videos with me. You can see your name up there. You can hype up your own picks. Comment down below what you like best about the drafts, etc. But yeah, in general, if you guys made it this far, I know it's pretty early in the video. Gotta kick up the SEO score. But like, comment, subscribe down below. We are nearing 310 subscribers when I'm recording this, so big ups to you guys. But yeah, very excited. Eventually, when I'm recording this right now, I'm recording this on the Saturday before the Monday video, and hockey's back. Hockey's back. I just saw the the Edmonton Oilers blow the lead, 6-4 lead to the Chicago Blackhawks. So that's a big loss for Edmonton there, especially we know how good McDavid is. Losing 6-4 to a Blackhawks team who was the worst team in that conference to make the playoffs ultimately is a big blow for that team, because Edmonton Oilers, everybody knows they have Stanley Cup aspirations with arguably 2 of the top 5 players in the world. And when we're recording this again, this is before my Montreal Canadiens are actually playing against the Pittsburgh Penguins again. I'm not going to harp and say, oh, I expect us to win that series, because let's be honest here. If we take them to 4, I'll be happy with that. But my whole goal is Alexis Lafreniere, because that team is not built to contend for the year. And again, as we're recording this, also basketball is on. So my Lakers are playing the Toronto Raptors tonight. Should be an interesting game. But yeah, leave comments down below. What are your guys' thoughts on sports kind of returning to the landscape again? It's all in a safe fashion. Make sure you got a bubble, because we've seen the effects in Major League Baseball. I think they're going to get shut down soon, of what not having a bubble does for you. I mean, 14 Marlins players got tested positive for COVID. I just think it's no matter of time. In a matter of time, that league is going to fold, unfortunately, for the year. But yeah, anyways, we'll go back to football. We'll talk about the draft. Looking at these picks right now, I mean, best receivers available, in my opinion. You get the Devontae Parker, DK. DK in a best ball is actually pretty nice. Marquise, Michael Gallup. A bunch of guys that are kind of similar for me. Let's kind of take a look at the running backs, see if there's any guys that I like here. I mean, there's a couple that I like, but none that like really stand out to me. It kind of bothers me that DeAndre Swift was taken. I'll ultimately probably go with Devin Singletary if he's still on the board. I mean, getting him the late 5th, early 6th. I do like Rojo as well. That's interesting. See the receivers again. Yeah, I mean, Parker, DK. I could just take Parker and DK and get a new person on the thumbnail of the video and get DK Metcalf on there for you guys. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'll probably just take Parker DK. Or I could go with Singletary DK. Yeah, with 2 running backs, I should probably lock up another one. Ingram. Oh, look at these last 2 picks here. Ingram, Swift especially. Oh, okay. Well, DK goes anyways. Ingram, Swift go. Connor goes. Like a bunch of the running backs. Hunt goes. A bunch of running backs I would have taken here. Ultimately did get sniped. So I'm just going to lock up Singletary. I don't have much exposure to him in these best ball drafts, so lock him up. That'd be nice. Little change of pace there. See who AD Poker goes, and then we can make our pick. Singletary and Devontae Parker. All right. There we go. Okay, well, Singletary goes right before me. That is the worst. Well, I do like Dobbins, but I can wait. I do like Rojo, but I feel like I can wait on him. Especially with the news of McCoy. People are going to overreact. This is just kind of a mess at running back right now after those couple guys, man. Let me just lock up 2 receivers. I'll take Parker and man, I always take Gallup, but like he's such a good value here. I want to take Gallup again, but see quarterback. Maybe I could take a quarterback. I mean Kyler, Watson, Dak. One of these guys is gonna make it back. Let me just take. So Parker's for sure gonna be a pick, and I don't usually get Stephon Diggs, so let's mix it up, Stephon. And I will see you guys back at the next pick. Sorry again for kind of rambling on these last 10 minutes or so, but yeah, I will see you at that 7-8 turn. So we're about to be back on the clock here. Again, I picked Stephon Diggs at 61. After that pick, we saw T.Y., Kyler, Dak, Cortland Sutton, Russell Wilson, Marquise Brown, A.J. Green, Will Fuller, Michael Gallup, Evan Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, Deshaun Watson, Tyler Higbee, Josh Allen, Tyler Boyd, Jarvis Landry, Marvin Jones, Damian Williams, even though he opted out. Jamison Crowder, Hayden Hurst, Deontay Johnson. I'll go off the board, and I'm one pick away from me being on the clock. So I really wanted to pair Rojo. Oh my God. I wanted to pair Rojo and Hayden Hurst on this turn, and both of them got sniped. That is sick. Oh my. That is the worst. So I'm going to go with Debo or Cooks. It's crazy value here. You know what? I get Debo a lot. I could just take both and fucking say fuck it. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go Debo and any running backs? Oh, okay. No, James White is here. PPR. Yeah. I need a running back here. I was gonna just take both of them and say fuck it, but forgot that I'm not doing my normal strat and locking up running backs so early. And Dan, yeah. So I will see you guys back at the 108. So we're about to be back on the clock here, and yeah, so we are back on the clock actually, and although he's kind of limited in a PPR, I do like the floor that Jordan Howard's going to provide me, especially as a 10th round pick, basically. Again, we've seen he's been efficient on the ground. He was a good producer last year for the Eagles before Miles Sanders eventually took over. Ultimately here, I'm going to get him as my RB4, kind of a floor play due to the kind of the lower floor with Mixon, I would say. So locking him up here, I definitely feel comfortable with that. Good value overall. And then looking at the tight end position, I really love Jonnu, but is there any chance he makes it to me? Quarterbacks kind of all grouped together here, so this may be a reach, and I fully understand if you guys do believe so. But I mean, I have Jonnu Smith as my tight end rank and tight end 9 ranked. I do think this is ultimately a value overall. Again, it says I'm reaching by 15 picks, but realistically here, if you're looking at the overall ADP in the 10th round, that's really not how you make a championship level team. If Jonnu Smith is going to provide me that top 9 tight end upside, which I do have him at, ultimately here, he's going to be the pick. So really like that. Probably going to stack him with like a Blake Jarwin, Jack Doyle, TJ Hawkinson type later in the draft too. But definitely like Jonnu. I'm going to take him here. So I'll see you guys back at the 132. So we're back on the clock here. Well, almost. And yeah, just waiting for AD Poker to make his pick. So after I took Jonnu, we saw Aaron Rodgers, Keyshawn Vaughn, Noah Fant, Matt Stafford, Phillip Lindsay, Jerry Jeudy, Dallas Goedert, Matt Breida, DeAndre Washington with a little bit of a surprise, Sony Michel, Jalen Reagor, Alex Madison, Daniel Jones, Tony Pollard, Latavius Murray, TJ Hawkinson, Sterling Shepard, Emmanuel Sanders, Golden Tate, Mike Williams, and Anthony Miller all go off the board. So about to be back on the clock here, and I was actually going to go with Henry Ruggs, but now he is taken. So that is that's tough. Looking at the receivers left on the board, I don't mind Rashad Perriman, Michael Pittman, a couple of good options there. Let's kind of see what's going on at running back. Maybe I could lock up an option. I do like Chase Edmonds. Here. I'm gonna take Chase Edmonds. You guys know. Wait, any quarterbacks? I don't have one actually. I could take actually, you know, I'm gonna take Cam Newton. I'll take Cam Newton. I like the upside over there. I do think he's a top 15 quarterback. Hopefully I can pair him. I honestly might just take Cam and Big Ben back to back, but I can see what the tight ends are saying. So I like more quarterbacks than I do tight ends, so I'm going to take Blake Jarwin and pair them. So I'm happy with that. I really like kind of how this team's going out. The only like concern I have is probably at the running back, not having like a solidified 3, but I do like the depth between James White and Jordan Howard, and I love that receiving core. I mean, people are going to say maybe that was a little bit early on Debo, but man, I don't think he's going to miss more than 2 games, especially, we heard what Dr. Edwin Porras said on the channel. He thinks he'll actually be back week 1. Maybe we'll be a little bit more toned in. We'll say 2 weeks max. If you're getting Debo for 14 games, realistically, he still has a top 25 type ceiling. I do think, as Corey mentioned, he does have like a Chris Godwin type feel to him. He is a fantastic player. He is so talented, and he is like inarguably the number 2 threat on that offense, obviously behind George Kittle. That's going to be a really high scoring, high octane type offense. I mean, we've seen what Kyle Shanahan is able to do with that team. It's going to score a lot. Deebo Samuel is going to be used in multiple facets, both in the receiving game and getting some carries out of the backfield. So I really like the potential of Deebo Samuel. So getting him in the late round 7, even if he misses more time than I anticipate, when he does come back in this best ball format, he is going to put up some fantastic ceiling weeks. And pairing that with guys as steady as like a Juju, Adam Thielen, Stephon, Devontae Parker, I really like how that receiving core is shaping out. But I will see you guys at that 13th round, 156 overall selection, and we'll see who's left on the board. So see you guys then. So we're about to be back on the clock here. 1 pick away. So after I picked Blake Jarwin, we saw Jack Doyle, Deshaun Jackson, Preston Williams, what's it called? What's his name again? Fucking Darrell Henderson. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I don't know why I thought DeAndre for a second. I was still thinking of DeAndre Washington. Anyways, Robbie Anderson, Baker Mayfield, Chase Edmonds, Boston Scott, Duke Johnson, the other DJ in the Houston backfield, Jared Goff, N'Keal Harry, Brandon Ayuk, Justin Jackson, Curtis Samuel, Joe Burrow, Ben Roethlisberger, Sammy Watkins, Alshon Jeffrey, Chris Herndon, Ryan Tannehill, Justin Jefferson, and Nyheim Hines all go off the board. So I'm going to be taking my boy, you guys know by now, Gardner Minshew here. Locking him up as my QB2. Probably going to take a third later on just because of the injury concern of Cam Newton. But love Gardner Minshew here. Easy pick for me. And looking at the wide receivers available, I don't know how Brashad Perriman is still available, but give me the wide receiver 1 for the Jets all day, every day. Getting a number 1 receiver in the 15th or 14th round is insane value. So lock that up. Really like that. Target's going to be there. No issue with that whatsoever. So I will see you guys back at that 180th overall selection in the 15th round. So peace out. So we're about to be back on the clock here. And yeah, it's just noticing here we're at this 178th overall selection. So after we took Brashad Perriman, we saw Phillip Rivers, A.J. Dillon, Devontae Freeman, Sam Darnold, Ian Thomas, Teddy Bridgewater, Alan Lazard, Jimmy Garoppolo, Hunter Renfrow, Darrington Evans, LaShawn McCoy, Eric Ebron, Dede Westbrook, what's it called? Damian Harris, my bad. Irv Smith Jr., Kirk Cousins, Antonio Gibson. So we are back on the clock here. I think I realized the issue as to why you guys weren't seeing the whole screen. I just backed it up a little bit, so hopefully you guys can see the whole thing right now. But back on the clock here after taking Anthony McFarland, we saw, I'm not going to list all those guys, but basically you see who was taken afterwards now, hopefully all of them. And back on the clock here, so I have 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 7 receivers, and 2 tight ends. Hopefully looking to take another quarterback here. I do like Fitzpatrick, to be quite honest. I do think he starts the whole season. So, you know what? What are we at? We're at 204. Let me just take Ryan Fitzpatrick. I do think he has a little bit of upside there, a nice little situation for him. And then at tight end, I'm going to end up taking Njoku. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. I do think he is being criminally undervalued right now, especially in best balls. Just depends on if there's any running back here I can take quickly. I do like Jerick McKinnon a little bit. Decent little upside if he can get worked into that rotation, especially with Matt Breida gone. I do think he can be the pass catcher of that team. So, sorry, excuse my phone. I'm going to take Jerick McKinnon here, and hopefully David Njoku makes it back to me in the 19th round. So I will see you guys then. About to be back on the clock here. So after I took Jerick McKinnon, we saw Uzama, Rudolph, Peterson, Njoku, a target that I wanted. Justice Hill, Rashad Penny, James Washington, Gerald Everett, Gio Bernard, Corey Davis, Mohamed Sanu, T. Higgins, Cole Beasley, Benny Snell, Russell Gage, another guy that I really wanted, Lynn Bowden, Jalen Samuels, Malcolm Brown, what's it called? Oh my God, Josh Reynolds. I'm having a brain fart today. Andy Isabella, Nick Foles, and Antonio Gandy Golden. Excuse me, all go off the board. So looking who's available. I mean, not really much going on at tight end. Not really anybody I really want to take there. Receiver, I mean, I could take a chance on like Brian Edwards here. I don't think that would be too bad. You know what? Let me just take him here. I mean, he could develop into a decent target on that team, even as soon as year 1, providing more of a possession role for them. And could take another quarterback if there's any with upside. I mean, starting quarterback in Dwayne Haskins wouldn't be too bad, especially with the uncertainty I have there. Not many other options, so you know what? I'll just take him. So that'll wrap up the draft. So if you guys enjoyed and made it this far, make sure you go like, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. Turn those notifications on because we are coming at you every day with quality content. Quality daily content is what we're about here at the Fantasy Stock Exchange channel. So yeah, so after I just finished talking here, I will put the graphic of the overall team on the screen for you guys, a little bit of music so you guys can kind of see what I did during this draft. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Peace out.